Hello, welcome, friends and family. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Patricia Dawn, and this is my YouTube channel. And today's video will be about the medicine wheel, which is kind of a carry on from the last video I made. And I'm really grateful to be able to share what I have learned in utilizing the medicine wheel in my life. So I am an Indigenous person. I am of Métis Cree background. My traditional lands are in Saskatchewan, and I live on the unceded, unsurrendered lands of the Quetzin Coast Salish peoples here on Vancouver Island. And I am so grateful to be able to bring to you what I have learned about the medicine wheel. And so it is an Indigenous practice. It's utilized a lot within the Métis culture. And I was introduced to it when I was going to college, and Indigenous people were sharing it with us and teaching what they had learned about it. But it wasn't until I entered my healing journey on the red road of sobriety where we were encouraged to find a higher power or a source that's of a spiritual nature. And so I really resonated with the medicine wheel. And I've got a small diagram of one here. And I want to just offer that it begins as a circle. So it's the medicine wheel with the 4 directions: north, west, south, and east. Because in the camera, it's kind of backwards. If it was you and I were sitting together, which I would welcome if that opportunity showed itself, it would look different. It would be like, but it's not. And so for today and for these purposes, I'm just going to hold it here for now as I speak about it. And what I really appreciate about the medicine wheel and the 4 directions is, one, how ancient it is. Again, it cannot be pointed at it started here. That's why it belongs to the Indigenous people. That's why it belongs to those who live close to the earth, which I was once told is the definition of Indigenous. Those that utilize the narrative of Western culture or a patriarchal mindset would challenge that and go ahead, because you won't be able to prove it. So, continuing on, what I appreciate about the medicine wheel is it also resembles the cycle of life. And when we look at the cycle of life, we see that it operates in a circle. So there's no beginning and there's no end. There's just a continuous cycling or circling or spiraling of the many things that life brings us. And so if we look at the 4 seasons, they have a beginning and an end and cycle into the next season. So winter cycles into spring, spring cycles into summer, summer cycles into fall, fall cycles into winter. And that's one journey around the sun, or according to the information we have at this time, 30 days, 28 days actually, is a full cycle or a moon cycle. So the moon rises, the moon shows itself, the moon fades, wanes into its crescent self, and then we come back to the new moon, which is the unseen element of the moon, and then birthing back into her fullness again. And that happens every month, and there are 13 moons in a full cycle. So a bird's nest is in a circle, the earth is in a circle. A woman's moon time is a cycle that begins and ends. Coming of age ceremony is the cycle of releasing the childhood and moving into young adult journeys. So what the other piece around the medicine wheel is that everybody belongs to the medicine. Everybody belongs to the earth. Everybody belongs to the sacred fire of the great oneness, of the infinite life, of the seen and the unseen world. And that I absolutely appreciate. because you can't say I don't belong. The medicine belongs to us because we belong to the medicine. And that's something, the main aspect of the medicine wheel that I appreciate the most. Because in the north, people that are born in the area of the north carry the legacy of that part of the earth, that land, those teachings of that land, those ways of that land, their relationship to that land. Going to the west, same thing. The people born of that direction, of that place and time, of that legacy to that part of the Great Mother of Turtle Island, or the earth, they carry within their DNA the legacy, the 1,000 years of their ancestral legacy of the land, of the traditions, of what they were taught, of what they learned, of what they were exposed to, that carves them into the human experience and the guardian of that land. And it continues on in each direction. And what the Creator asked for us, as those instructions were placed within the people of those directions, was that we would bring the teachings forward into the center of the circle, and we would share them for the benefit of the whole circle, for all people. So many nations of one family, of one planet, the earth, the medicine. And I could go on and on because I welcome that mindset. I welcome that practice. And another piece that I've come to rely on within the medicine of the medicine wheel is, one, that we all belong. Two, the medicine wheel can be used like a map. It can be a personal well-being tool. So we have the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. And those are 4 aspects. We human beings are born within those 4 aspects. We are a spiritual vessel that carries those aspects, those main aspects. We also have the ability to stand within the center of this circle and see where we belong in the cosmos, in the unseen world. And so one of the things about the medicine wheel is there's a road from the east to the west called the Red Road. That's the seen world. That's the path that I walk. That's my medicine walk while I'm here on the Great Mother Earth, seeking to know myself and bring forward harmony and joy through creativity, celebration, and ceremony. The other road is the Blue Road. It's the unseen world, and I travel that, my spirit travels that when I leave the seen world and I transition into the unseen world. And so that's where the map of my cosmic place shows me. Each direction has a medicine. East has tobacco. I can't remember the other ones at this moment, but I will in the next video. And the thing I really wanted to welcome, because I'm not intending on making a long video here, with the channel, I want to bring forward how I was able to lean into the medicine wheel when I began my sobriety journey. My sobriety journey became more of healing a woundedness that had interrupted me most of my life, surviving violent circumstances and unmagical parents and devastating environments that are created through Western culture, through the capitalistic mindset and the military complex. And I'm not here to debate that. It's just my experience, because as I continued on the Red Road, the medicine walk, and learnt how to walk in balance, bringing my spirit into my reality. And what the Red Road did was offered me the opportunity to meet myself in the moment, to unpack that which was interrupting me and hidden in the shadows of my being. Not to be judged, not to be harmed. The shadow is an aspect of being human, and how to walk in balance with that seen part of myself, which is normally, a lot of the times, I have a mask on as a mom, as an advocate, as somebody seeking to learn, as somebody who practices the medicine wheel, to the best of my knowledge at this moment. And so why I want to bring the medicine wheel in to this space, to the digital realm, is because of the experiences I've had and so much healing that's been possible, and how I've been able to bring it forward into the lives of others and to share it with them. And how much life became reverent. How many times magic showed itself. How often I've been at the water first thing in the morning and I've seen all these life forms that I didn't even know were there. And they're a community gathering and working and doing who they are. And then sitting and meditating to seek connection, because I don't have to fear what I don't know. And I welcomed the relation, because the ancestral energy of the water is memory and emotion. And I'll go into that more too as I continue. So I really appreciate your time and listening to me sharing this in my way of doing so. I'm getting to a place where the awkwardness of being on YouTube is not as strong as the desire to bring forward information that will allow folks to breathe into who they are, to invite their soul to join them, to lay down the broken arrows of addiction, to surrender to the woundedness and its message and make medicine that comes back to instill and empower the beauty of each and every one of us, because the richness of who we are lives right inside. I had a grandmother tell me one time, all your answers live right inside your bones, for your ancestors' DNA runs through the blood within your own bones. You have everything you need within you. That is the greatest journey here, to be good to this one. And she offered me that when I begin my day, I begin here in the center of the circle, here in the center of my heart. And this fire, my heart, that light, that inner sacred light, that goldenness, is what I look after first. I look after this fire first. So meaning, I feed my body, I meditate and balance my mind, I hold my feelings as I pray and bring forward all that I'm grateful for and give thanks to the Creator. And so the four directions, the four elements of my humanness are brought into my fire, my wellness. And I honor that each and every morning and make sure this fire is tended. And as the warmth and the strength of that fire is in balance, I move forward to tend the fire for my family. And when that fire has strength and balance and my family's in a good way, we move forward together to bring forward, to contribute to the fire of the community and the gathering there with the intention of the wellness of all, because the wellness of one is the wellness of the whole. There's this saying, when you want to know how healthy a community is, go and meet their women. Go and meet the women folk. That'll tell you. So I've gone to meetings where there's very few women. And people have said to me at those meetings, this isn't very healthy here. That's why the women don't come. And then eventually, those souls work on themselves. They rise to a greater place in who they are. And sure enough, women start to show up. And not because anything's spoken and there's no advertisement or Facebook post. I'm all better now. I don't eat ketchup from Canada. It's in the energetic expression of the whole of all of us in the collective. And that is more that will be brought forward as our medicine grows together. Because I welcome you to join me here. And I wish you ultimate blessings. I want you to know who you are. I desire for you to be set free and liberated from the constructs of the mind that have been pushed upon us in a culture that is lost touch, is no longer here anymore. We're here, only here, and we hustle and bustle and buzzy and busy, and we're kept distracted. And addiction is one of the symptoms of the Western disease that we are in. And the light that's coming through in these changing times, in the darkness that's being fought, fractured with that light, the collective action of like-minded people and good kinfolk is changing that, oppression of the darkness, the imbalance, that destruction and tragic events and harm done to innocent humans. Those things are being brought forward for us to address, to heal, to end, to say no more, and to stand in the wholeness of who we are. And so I thank you. I thank you very much for your time and your energy today. And it's been an absolute pleasure to share with you my passion for the medicine wheel and all that can come from being a part of having this on a daily practice. And so as I close, every day when I get up, the first thing I do is I check my mind, because it's the one that starts going the fastest. And I do a small exercise that I've learned through the Silva method, which I will bring forward at another time. And I